For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure, me Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a product from Vango. So this here is the Vango Capri XL range. So the one I've got here is the 500XL. They also make a 400 and 600XL models, and basically the numbers refer to the amount of people. So the 400XL is for 4 people, 500XL for 5 people, 600XL, you kind of get the gist. So yeah, again, a really nice model and something that Vango have done for numerous years now, and it's basically where their starting point is for air beams. So what they've done is basically strip back on all of the sort of features, but give you the main core ones you need. So you don't have to compromise on the quality or anything like that. So that's one thing Vango are very good at. They give you a great product, a good price, and then again don't compromise on the quality. So you've got a 70 denier fabric here, so it's a standard tent fabric. It's waterproof to 4,000mm hydrostatic head, so that's pretty much anything the UK weather is going to throw at it and some more. But it's like a hybrid, like I said, so it's mainly air. So the main body of the tent goes up simply, so you just pump it up, whereas you've got a fiberglass pole on the front. It's very quick and simple to put up, so you can check out our own Attwoolls pitching videos on how easy it is really to go up. I think it was about 10-11 minutes-ish, something around that point, for me to pitch this on my own, and that's the main key features. You can put this whole tent up on your own, so again, if one person wants to tackle that while the other person wants to entertain the kids, you can easily do that, you see. Capri, like I said, has been around for a nice long time and for good reason as well. So the 500XL probably is the most popular model in the range, just because it gives you that versatility and a good amount of size in the living area. It's kind of like a free-ish zoned area, so you've got a sleeping area, a main living area, and this open canopy area here. There is the optional extra of a porch door to go on the front, so if you want to have this sort of sealed up as you wish, again, just to keep it out from the elements or to store stuff in there, you can do. And the porch door is actually quite nice that even when it's on, you've still got doors, so you can gets into it as you want to. And again, you've got mesh panels positioned in the doors as well. But check out our porch door from Vango video on that, and we'll go through what it sort of looks like and how you attach it on as well. Capri, like I said, have been in the model for a number of years, and they've actually introduced a new sort of official Capri side canopy. So something you can actually backdate for previous years. So if you got one from 2 or 3 years ago, you can add this on, and it just gives you that extra bit of space. And yet again, you've got a flat fronted door, so you can actually zip it up, make it sort of completely enclosed against the weather. And all you really do is you have sort of straps you throw over the top, guide it down the other side, and then it just sort of rests onto it to try and sort of, keep it as weathertight as possible. Joys it again is ground sheet comes supplied with this particular canopy door as well, and you can sort of take it in and take it out as you please. But really positive model. We'll talk a bit more about some of the new features on the inside, and the addition to Skytrak, which makes even more exciting at this price point. So let's have a look. So now we're inside the Capri, you can kind of get a better feel for how it's all laid out. So as you see from the outside, we have a nice big canopy area, a decent sized living area, and sort of a sleeping area at the back. One thing I do certainly like about the Capri in the XL range certainly is the head height you get throughout the tent. So even for me being 6'2", 6'3", in the corners, you can see I can still stand up, no problem at all. And that same height carries on throughout the tent, even into the sleeping area. So and if you want to get changed when you wake up in the morning, not a problem. So that's quite a nice sort of thing. Like I said, on the outside there's a canopy area here, so you can buy a porch door to make that all nicely sealed up. But moving on to sort of the main living area, you've actually got a front door here. So on the front door, your normal blank door, but also got a mesh door as well. So you can zip that mesh door in, still have good circulation to help sort of combat condensation and give yourself a good cooler environment inside of here. But because it's a flat door and you've got the canopy, you're not going to get any sort of water come in or out or so. One thing yet again, what you do find is there's an ample sort of living space inside of here. So as soon as you put sort of table and chairs in here, it's not going to suddenly take up an awful lot of room. If you wanted that more room, like I said, from the outside you can see there's additional canopy you can look at. But for me, I think for most families, this sort of size is pretty much ideal. One new addition that they've actually added to the Capri for 2018 is the addition of Skytrak. So something that's always been available in the higher up spec models, but they've introduced it into this sort of price point now. If you don't know what Skytrak is basically on the beams positioned just around about here. There is kind of like a webbing, and it's basically like a CADA system. So you get these little clips like this. So a little clip, and what it does, it actually slides along the point here. So you can slide it along, put a hanging point here, and it means really you can have a hanging point anywhere inside the tent. And Vango have actually sort of developed this, and actually now you can buy accessories such as skyliners, so they're kind of like roof liners for the inside of the tent. And yet again, that really does help with condensation, gives you kind of like a double glazing effect. And also we've got Sky Shield. So Sky Shield is basically additional extra which goes on the roof, on the externally. Yet again, same sort of principle, like a double glazing effect, but certainly helps to protect the roof against UV damage, which is the main killer for actual tents, you see. But going back into the tent itself, like I said, decent sort of size room. You've got a nice PVC clear windows, not only at the front, but the sides. And basically, wherever you see a PVC window on this particular tent, you're going to have a curtain which basically toggles up to get your privacy. So the joys is that you don't have to compromise with having privacy against light coming in the tent. So as you can see, all you can do, you've got two toggle points up top there, so that again gives you privacy. And there's actually a toggle point halfway as well. So if you want a little bit of light, but still want to hide some of the stuff you've got inside the tent, that's a great thought and method you can go down the lines of. The sleeping area, like I say, capacity sleep 5, and that's a genuine 5 berth. If you wanted to sort of have more of a comfortable 4 berth, then probably the 500XL is probably the better model. Same for sort of the 400, maybe even more a 3 or 6 for a 5 or a 4. So you've got plenty of versatility inside the tent itself. You've got a divider between the two sections, it's pretty much completely open, but there's a divider which just toggles in and toggles out. Joys of this, again, you have a bit more privacy against the people you're sleeping next to. But if you want something that's got a zip divider, then you have to look sort of the next level up in sort of the exclusive range. So just bear that in mind. The doors are quite neat and pack into a small little compartment here. And yet again, you've got a mesh panel on there so you can get good circulation in a tent. One thing that's sort of probably become a bit more apparent in recent years is condensation inside a tent. Because the material is very waterproof, it doesn't breathe, so it doesn't allow air to come in and out, so condensation has been an issue. And that's why Vango have increased the ventilation panels beneath the windows and also above the sleeping area to give you a circulation air to try and sort of fight that. One thing you can also do as well, if people do always constantly ask about what happens if you get a puncture in the beam. The joys of the whole principle is very similar to like a bike tyre or a car tyre, that basically you've got like an inner tube, so you can quite literally unzip it, put a patch on it, zip back in, and that's good. Alternatively, you can, if you want to, for peace of mind, buy a spare inner tube. So one inner tube will pretty much work in any of the main beams. You can just fold it over as you need to. So yet again, it's never a bad thing for peace of mind. Just say, okay, I will spend 35, 40 pounds to get myself a replacement just in case the worst thing happens. But to be honest, certainly with quality, it tends to be pretty good. One thing again, which this tent is quite good for the price point as well as the quality, is that the Vango offer a warranty period. So you've got a 2-year warranty on the tent itself, and you've got the ability, once you purchase it through someone like us, like Attwoolls, you can extend your warranty with a 3rd year by registering your product with Vango. So that's a really nice little point as well. If you're worried about sort of spending X amount of money on this particular tent, one thing we do at Attwoolls also is interest-free finance. So you can always check that out if you want to break it down to 10 monthly payments, and yet again, it doesn't cost you any interest. So that's another good thing that certainly I think makes something like this sort of tent here a lot more affordable. But really good tent. Like I said, you've got the ability of a side door as well, so you can put that into the canopy if you want to, but it's quite flexible. Gives you the main core essentials said without compromising on the quality. So in essence, the Capri range of tents, really strong positive, and you can always check this one out at our indoor showroom in Gloucestershire. So that is the Vango Capri 400XL, 500XL and 600XL.